Thinking of a European getaway? Forget what you think you know about the Netherlands. This isn't just a land of windmills and tulips. This is a country where a quarter of the land is below sea level, where people are the tallest in the world, and where they eat chocolate for breakfast. Stick around as we dive deep into everything you need to know to make your trip to the Netherlands absolutely unforgettable. So, when did the story of the Netherlands begin? Well, it's not a simple discovery story. The area has been inhabited for thousands of years, but the modern Netherlands as we know it has a complex history. Its independence was officially recognized in 1648 with the Peace of Westphalia, marking the end of the 80 Years' War. This was the start of the Dutch Golden Age, a period of immense wealth, trade, and artistic brilliance with masters like Rembrandt and Vermeer. So, you're not just visiting a country, you're stepping into centuries of rich, fascinating history. What makes the Dutch, well, Dutch? Traditions here are a unique blend of old and new. One of the biggest events is King's Day, or Koningsdag, on April 27th. The entire country explodes in a sea of orange, with street parties, flea markets, and a nationwide celebration for the King's birthday. Then there's Sinterklaas in December, a beloved children's festival that's quite different from Santa Claus. And of course, you can't talk about Dutch tradition without mentioning cycling. It's not just a hobby, it's a way of life. Everyone, from kids to grandparents, uses a bike for their daily commute. All right, let's talk about the must-try experiences. First, you absolutely have to rent a bike. It's the single best way to see any Dutch city like a local. Pedal through the charming streets of Amsterdam or explore the countryside. Second, take a canal cruise, especially in Amsterdam or Utrecht. Seeing the historic canal houses from the water offers a completely different and magical perspective. Finally, you have to try at least one of the famous Dutch delicacies we're about to talk about. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. Speaking of food, what is the Netherlands famous for? Cheese, of course. Gouda Edam. You have to visit a cheese market in towns like Alkmaar or Gouda to see the traditional trading, but there's so much more. Stroopwafels are a must-try. 2 thin waffles with a caramel-like syrup filling in the middle. Then there are bitterballen, savory deep-fried meatballs, the perfect snack with a drink. And don't forget, herring. Raw herring served with onions and pickles. It's a true Dutch experience. So where should you go? Amsterdam is the obvious and brilliant starting point with its canals, museums like the Rijksmuseum and Anne Frank House. But don't stop there. Visit Utrecht for its unique, less crowded canals and the iconic Dom Tower. Head to The Hague, the seat of the government, for a mix of city life and beach vibes at Scheveningen. For picture-perfect Holland, the windmills at Kinderdijk or Zaanse Schans are a must-see. And if you love modern architecture, Rotterdam is an absolute marvel. Now, a practical question. Are hotels expensive? Like any popular destination, it depends. In major cities like Amsterdam, prices can be high, especially in the city center during peak season. A hotel can range from 100 to over 300 euros a night. However, if you book in advance, look for hotels outside the main tourist hub, or consider staying in smaller cities like Haarlem or Leiden. You can find much more affordable options. Hostels and Airbnb are also great alternatives to save some money. That brings us to the overall cost. Is the Netherlands an expensive country? It's generally on par with other Western European countries like Germany or France. It's not as cheap as Eastern Europe, but it's not as pricey as Switzerland or Scandinavia. Your daily budget will largely depend on your choices. Groceries from supermarkets are reasonably priced, but eating out every meal will add up. The great news is that many of the best experiences, like cycling through beautiful parks or admiring the architecture, are completely free. The currency used throughout the Netherlands is the euro. What should you be mindful of when you're here? First and foremost, the bike lanes. They are serious business. Always look both ways before crossing one, as cyclists have the right of way, and they move fast. Also, while many Dutch people speak flawless English, learning a few basic phrases like dank u wel, thank you, is always appreciated. Be aware that in Amsterdam, the term coffee shop doesn't mean a place to get a latte. And finally, always have some form of ID with you, as it's required by law. Getting to the Netherlands is incredibly easy. The main international gateway is Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport, one of the busiest and best connected airports in the world. From there, the train system is your best friend. It's efficient, clean, and connects every corner of the country. You can also arrive by international train from cities like Paris, Brussels, or Berlin. If you're driving, the road network is excellent, but be prepared for busy highways and expensive parking in cities. What are some absolute no-goes? Never walk in the bike lane. I can't stress this enough. It's the fastest way to annoy a local and potentially cause an accident. Don't be overly loud in public spaces. The Dutch are generally reserved. When visiting someone's home, it's polite to take your shoes off. And please, don't just photograph people without asking, especially in residential areas or in Amsterdam's red light district, where it is strictly forbidden. So, is the Netherlands a top holiday destination? Absolutely. It offers a perfect mix of history, culture, art, and beautiful nature. It's incredibly safe, easy to navigate, and the people are welcoming. Whether you're a history buff, an art lover, a foodie, or someone who just wants to relax and enjoy a scenic bike ride, the Netherlands has something for everyone. For all the shoppers out there, you won't be disappointed. Amsterdam's De Negen Straatjes, or the Nine Streets, are famous for unique boutiques and vintage stores. The Kalverstraat is the main high street shopping area. For luxury brands, head to the PC Hoofdstraat. Other cities like Maastricht and Utrecht also offer fantastic shopping experiences, with a mix of big department stores and charming local shops. Let's circle back to the delicious treats because they deserve more attention. We mentioned stroopwafels, but have you heard of poffertjes? These are small, fluffy pancakes, typically served with powdered sugar and butter. Absolutely divine. During the winter, you'll find oliebollen, which are essentially Dutch donuts. And for a savory treat on the go, grab a frikandel or a croquette from a street vendor, or one of the famous Febo wall automats. So, why should the Netherlands be your next vacation spot? Because it's a country of contrasts and surprises. It's where historic 17th century houses stand next to groundbreaking modern architecture. It's where you can be in a bustling city one moment and in a tranquil, flat landscape of fields and canals the next. It's the combination of forward-thinking innovation and a deep respect for tradition that makes this country so unique and captivating. Thank you so much for joining me on this virtual tour of the Netherlands. I hope it's inspired you to pack your bags. If you enjoyed this video and want more travel guides, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, happy travels.